This is a photo from a shoot I recently did with my wife, and in today's video I would like to take you back to the beginning of this story and share the experience with you. Around 4 years ago, my now wife and I started talking on Instagram, and as I was already into photography at the time, I told her that I would love it if she would model for me one day. This would have been difficult to realize because at the time she lived in France and I already lived here in Amsterdam. Fast forward to the present though, after years of a long distance relationship, finally getting married and moving in together, an idea finally materialized that we were both excited to create together. So on the day of this shoot, I dragged her out of bed at 4:30 in the morning so we could make it to the location in time for sunrise. And this was the result. I'm excited to take you along for the ride, share my thought process, preparation, and my thoughts on the results at the end. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know what else to say before, so I'm just gonna... yeah. While endlessly doom scrolling on Pinterest, I came across this image, which served as the main inspiration for the concept of this shoot. After saving dozens of pins into a Pinterest board that I created specifically for this shoot, I then chose my key images that I thought accurately portrayed the concept I had in mind and transferred and organized those images into a separate mood board in Milanote, where I created sections for the shot list, the location, and also the outfit that I wanted my wife to wear. Unfortunately, these dresses proved very hard to find here in the Netherlands. All the options that I found online were from stores located in either Australia or Canada and charged ridiculous shipping fees or were absurdly expensive. So in the end, we decided to repurpose my wife's wedding dress for this shoot, which I think was a good choice, because I believe that the images turned out much better with the outfit that she ended up using compared to the initial idea that I had. My gear setup for the shoot was quite minimal. I brought along with me the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm currently recording this video on, and I also brought with me my Fujifilm X100VI, which is currently the only camera that I own. So yeah, the choices were quickly made. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of us biking to the location because, as I said, it was close to 5 in the morning, it was dark, and the last part of the trip looked like a scene straight out of a horror movie. It was super dark, there weren't any street lights, so we were both much more focused on staying on the path, not falling off our bikes, rather than documenting our journey there. In preparation for the shoot, I had gone to the location twice before, and both times I had made the mistake of going at different times of day than the shoot would take place. So when we arrived there at 5 in the morning, I was surprised to see how foggy it was. This wasn't at all the vibe that I was going for, but I decided to be flexible and just work with what we had because we didn't get up that early in the morning for nothing. For the first image of this shoot, I wanted to start off simple. I didn't want to get into posing right away. So instead, I had my wife run down this hill and I used a fairly fast shutter speed to capture her as she was running down the hill. It took a few attempts, but in the end, we managed to snap this image that we were both very happy with. Secondly, I wanted to try something new. I had never experimented with slow shutter speeds before, so that's something I wanted to try. So for the second shot, again, I had my wife run down the hill, but this time I would run along with her and, as I said, use a slower shutter speed to really capture the motion of her running this time.
Hello there.
Once again, this took a few attempts, but in the end, we ended up with these two images that stood out to us as the favorites. Thirdly, I wanted to get some close-up shots of what she was wearing, so I took some close-ups of her earrings as well as the rings that she always wears.
Hello there.
Next, I had a series of images planned of my wife kneeling, sitting, and laying down in the grass. But since we were there so early in the morning, it turned out that the grass was all covered in dew and our feet were quickly getting very wet. So unfortunately, we had to abandon most of those ideas, and this was the only image from the intended series that made it to the final selection.
She's so good.
Before heading off to the next location, there was one last shot that I wanted here, which was one of my wife twirling, which is something that she tends to do often when I take pictures of her. So yeah, I thought it would be nice to include an image that portrayed part of who she is in the series as well. And this is probably one of my favorite shots from the entire shoot. On our way to the second location, we got kind of lost, and since we were in the middle of the woods, Google Maps wasn't of much use, so I had to hop on my bike real quick and figure out where we needed to go.
What did you say?
I said it's on the other side of this water, so maybe if we go here, we will arrive.
Once arrived at the final location, we just had one more shot to get, which was an over-the-shoulder shot of my wife picking flowers. Unfortunately, flowers that grew in this field turned out to be quite prickly, so picking them was out of the question, so we settled for her delicately holding one. Once again, even though it wasn't exactly what I had in mind, I'm very happy with how they turned out.
How was your first shoot as a model with your husband?
It was a bit wet, a lot. I don't know if you can show them. Look at my abaya. And it was muddy. Ugh. Disgusting. And just now I needed to go in the tall grass and I saw slugs. That's the word, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, ugh. But we got the shot he wanted, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Happy photographer.
I mean, I was talking behind.
Happy photographer.
Overall, I think the shoot went very well. I'm super happy with the images. She's super happy with the images, which to me is the most important thing. Because if I'm happy with the images, but she's not, then we might as well have not done the shoot at all. Well, fortunately, both of us were very happy with the results. And we were both very excited to share them with people that we love and our friends on social media. The complete series of these images can be found on TikTok as well as Instagram, which I will link in the description below. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll make another one of these videos soon. Goodbye!